We got you guys. Everyone good?
I am rolling.
Good deal. Rod, man, what's it like to be back? It's been a long spring, I know that.
Well, it's always wonderful getting back to this ballpark. Spring training, we've been down there for about a month and a half, and we're getting closer to the real games. And I know I'm excited. My staff is excited. I know the Padres across the way are excited. So we're looking forward to getting to meaningful games. So we're real happy to be back here and looking forward to the season.
How exciting is it to be able? I know we did this, a couple years ago, but to be able to do it again and talking to Andy at spring training, he obviously thinks it's a no-brainer to do this.
Oh, without a doubt, it's just repaying the fans. They support us. They support the Padres, the Chihuahuas. They support our players, and anytime we have an opportunity to give back to them, they deserve it. They bring that electricity to every single ball game, and for me, in my opinion, it propels us to play better baseball. So, anytime we have an opportunity to pay back the best fans in minor league baseball, we're going to do it.
Skip, last time you were on this field, Game 5. Can we expect another PCL championship?
Hey, we're going after it. We're here to develop Major League Baseball talent, but at the same time, we want to develop guys who know how to win baseball games. So, it's definitely something that we emphasize is winning games. So, hopefully we can win a lot more games this season, and we can put ourselves in a position like we were in last year to try to win another championship.
Who's impressed you this spring, and maybe who hasn't come along like you thought they would?
I've been impressed by all these guys. There's still some decisions to be made on what the final team's going to look like, but we have the Luis Uriases, the Javi Guerras. We have young guys coming down from the lower part of the system who are now reaching their potential. So it's exciting to see these guys and what they're going to be able to do this year in AAA. And there's talent all across the board here. So that's one thing that we're not going to be lacking this year is talent. So we're looking forward to it.
Have you sampled any grasshoppers yet?
No, no grasshoppers. It's this is fun, man. No, I don't. You got me.
That's one of the offerings here this year at the concession stand.
Oh, they're
grasshoppers.
Really? No, that's going to be definitely on my to-do. Chocolate covered or just how are they going to be made?
They're spicy.
Well, if they're not chocolate, spicy is the other way. I'd take them. So I'll definitely give them a try. I'm willing to try anything.
What can people expect out of this year's team? Every team, it seems like, has a different identity. 2 years ago, it was the young guys that were now with the Padres. Last year, a little bit of an older group. What is it this year?
I think it's going to be younger guys again this year, but I think especially on the pitching side, that there's, it's the most talented pitching staff I've seen, that we've had so far. We have, like I said, same thing. We have guys coming up from the lower levels. We have, arms that are on the 40-man roster that are going to be fighting to get back to the big leagues. So when you have push from both directions, it's exciting. And our arms this year, our bullpen and our starting rotation, for me, are going to be better than what we've ever had here in El Paso.
Are we going to see Joe Galindo on the mound today?
I don't know. He's not on my team. He's on the other side. He's on the other roster. So I'm sure if there's an opportunity to get him in there, a hometown boy pitching in front of all of his family and friends, I think it'll be exciting.
Have you had a chance to?
Well, it's been outstanding. Obviously, when you win, it makes things a lot better. But like I said, the fans, the stadium, the people here in El Paso, they've been wonderful. They've made this such an amazing experience that I don't think there's anywhere. I know there's nowhere else in minor league baseball where I would have had a better experience than I've had here in El Paso.
We're going to experiment with some rule changes this year. Your thoughts on those?
Well, they're different. It's something that we've kind of changes the game a little bit, but I'm willing and open to try anything new. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm sure there's going to be adjustments needed to be made by myself and my coaching staff. But I'm looking forward to it. It's another challenge, and hopefully we're able to get our hands around it and figure out how to approach it, the best way to approach it.
How does that extra innings, starting with a runner on second, how does that change maybe the way you go about extra innings?
Well, I mean, there might be more intentional walks, depending if you're the home team or the visiting team. Are you aggressive? Do you try to go for the big inning, or do you try to push that one and run across and hope your bullpen can close the door? There's just so many different variables that once we get into it, we'll kind of experiment a little bit, and we'll figure out what we think is the best approach and how to attack that.
If it were to happen today, you think you'd win?
If it were to happen, it depends on who's hitting. If I have Hunter Renfroe hitting, I'm probably not going to bunt. If I have Rocky Gale hitting, I might bunt the guy over at that time. So, a lot of it goes personnel, who you got on second base, who's running, who's at the plate, and and also who's on the other side, who you're playing. It's going to be a challenge for us, but we'll take our time and figure out the best route.
Rod, have you seen Joe or been in touch with Joe Galindo at all during spring training?
No, I saw him in spring training. I haven't really been around him. I've been kind of in the big league camp, big league area, so haven't had a whole lot of interaction with some of the minor league guys yet.
Okay, just curious.
And you guys you play this, and then you guys head back to Peoria. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Kind of what happens in the week, kind of leading up to your guys' not only the home opener, but I guess opening day, I believe in Salt Lake, right?
Well, yeah, in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, excuse me.
When we get back, I think the roster will kind of be finalized. We'll know exactly who we're getting. The big league club has to make their decisions here soon, so I'll have my team in El Paso, in Arizona and Peoria, and we'll kind of know exactly who we have. We come back here for 3 days of practice, let the guys find their apartments, places to stay, and then we're off to Vegas. But over the next few days, we'll have a good understanding of the product that we're going to be putting on the field.
Skip, last question for me. Hosmer coming over to the Padres. What has he meant to the young guys in spring training?
Well, you hear him in the clubhouse. You hear how vocal he is and how positive he is. It's a guy who's been through a rebuild in Kansas City with the Kansas City Royals, and he helped bring a championship to that team. So he's that guy. He's that guy that we're looking at to make an impact on these young players, to kind of steer them in the right direction, to teach them and show them what it takes to be that championship level type of team. So the feedback that I've had from the guys that I know has been exceptional. He's a gamer. He loves his teammates. He loves the game of baseball, and he's going to do anything he possibly can to help us win.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Rod.
Thanks, Skip.
Yeah, no problem. Yep.
Good luck this season.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh yeah, they'll be out pretty.
We're good. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Okay, Charlie, Mike?
Rolling, y'all are.
You got it, Adrian?
I got it.
Tell me when everyone's ready and rolling.
We're good.
Good deal. Joe, what is this like, man? What's going through your head?
Something new, something big. It's amazing though. I know a lot of family out here and playing in front of the stadium. It's gonna be nice.
What when they told you that they were kind of gonna bring you along and that sort of thing? What was your reaction?
Yeah, actually, Jungle told me I was coming out here, and I was really excited. Of course, as soon as I got back into the dugout, I just told my dad, and then because I was gonna surprise my mom, and then all of a sudden she found out through social media, so that didn't really work out.
What are you expecting here, family-wise tonight? Family, friends, all that. I'm sure everyone's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of messages from a lot of friends, and then especially my family, my immediate family will be here. They didn't buy tickets for this, but good thing that they hook us up here.
Is the expectation? Are you going to pitch tonight? Is that what you've been told?
There's a slim chance it's an emergency. I'm here for a backup, but yeah, I did this last year for when they played Lake Elsinore out there in California. But it was a lot of fun just being able to be in the environment, and, soak it all in, of course, and just see what this experience is like.
Yeah, but you got a lot.
Been a pro for a couple seasons now. What's it been like for you and going through the whole experience?
It's really different. You still got to make that team bond, but you make a team bond when you change from a different from a different affiliate. But you just got to have the good connections with everybody on the team, and everyone's gonna play together as long as you have a good heart with each and every one of the players.
Joe, you're not gonna just take that emergency situation lying down, right? You got a lobby to play.
Oh yeah, well we'll see if it's necessary. Then yeah, of course I'll go out there and show it up.
I'd ask you if you'd been dreaming of this since you were a kid, but you couldn't because this ballpark's so new. So what's this whole experience like, just being here?
Well, of course it was something when the Diablos were around, and those are the ones I went to go watch. That's when they were the Brewers, I'm pretty sure. But no, yeah, this came into play, and the good thing I came out here a couple times during the summer. Sorry, not the summer, the winter. And Brad hooked it up by letting me throw some pins out here, so I got the environment on the field, so which is pretty awesome.
What's been the best part about being a pro so far? I mean, what have you learned? What advice? I mean, just anything that's been the best part.
I'm gonna say definitely my family. My family, I've worked hard for them. Of course, it's not something to throw the back of my name out there, but I've always worked hard because of my dad, though. And it's something to put something out there for my dad that shows that he's a hardworking man, and I'm down there trickling that too as well.
You got some local kids, who look up to you, guys like you who make it, to the bigs. You still have a way to go, but just what advice do you get, the local baseball players here that want to get to where you're at?
It's definitely a lot of heart. El Paso's got a lot of heart, but a lot of commitment that you need to put in to work hard to get up there. I came out from Montwood High School, and it was a journey. I didn't get picked up by anybody. I got an opportunity to go play the military. Actually, I just told my dad, and then because I was gonna surprise my mom, and then all of a sudden she found out through social media, so that didn't really work out.
What do you?
It's definitely a lot of heart. El Paso's got a lot of heart, but a lot of commitment that you need to put in to work hard to get up there. I came out from Montwood High School, and it was a journey. I didn't get picked up by anybody. I got an opportunity to go play at a military school. Not the most exciting thing, but it was great that Coach Cook was out there, and he gave me the opportunity to play at the next level in military school. Not the most exciting thing, but it was great that Coach Cook was out there, and he gave me the opportunity to play at the next level. And so I went out there, took advantage, and that led me to New Mexico State and the great coaches over there that are Coach Green. And yes, it's a good connections that you make with people. That's what I really.
How did you find out that you were making this trip?
I found out with, practice? It was 2 days before. 2 days before I got out here. Jung, like I said, he told me I'm coming out here. And I was just like, all right, sweet. He told me who I was coming out with. I was coming out with Fred, Colby, and Radke, which are the guys that I played with already, high A and short A. So pretty comfortable with that here with these guys, and then just picking the brain of these big league guys. It's going to be awesome.
Where do you feel like you're going to be at Double A this year, or do you know yet?
Oh, no, it's still a coin flip, just like the MLB roster guys are still out here trying to earn a spot as well. So it's the same way out there in Arizona right now. Guys are trying to get their spot, see where they're going to be going, but wherever it is, just got to work up.
Does this whole experience, being here with the Padres as a Padre, you're in the Padres uniform, does this give you kind of more even hunger to make sure that this is a regular thing for you?
Oh yeah, I was out here before coming out here. I was nerving. I was a little nervous, but just taking it all in. I got that in my brain, and just take it all in. Enjoy it. But yeah, this is something where this is the levels that you're going to be getting this attention, and this is something where you didn't get much attention out of El Paso 4 or 5 years ago like this, and then this happened, and this is something amazing.
Compare yourself as a high school player to now. I'm talking like the miles per hour, the pitches you throw, like really getting depth. How are you different from being at Montwood High School?
Well, I'm not playing the position I was playing in high school right now. I was a catcher and first baseman all my life up until when I went to New Mexico State. But no, I was a $185, 6'3" kid that I topped out at 84, 83 miles an hour. But I progressed with great coaching, like I said, like always, and someone that pushed me to love this game even more than what it is. And I need to keep finding that love and that hunger for this game, but it's having that heart, like I said, each and every day and going out there.
How much did you reach, or how hard did you reach last year with your fastball?
I got up to 97 with it. Yeah, throughout the year I was averaging, 93, 95.
How much weight did you put on?
Oh man, well, I would gain all that weight when I was in the Mexico Military Institute. I threw on 30 pounds, but that's because I ate a lot up in that cafeteria. It was unlimited. It was a big buffet, so I enjoyed that. So yeah, I threw on 30 pounds, and especially with all the, you get to go back as many times as you want on that buffet,
What was
man.
your go-to meal?
Well, believe it or not, it's not the greatest of the driest food there is, but it's something where it's protein. You got to get thick foods in it, and that's what they did there. And of course, I pounded the protein there when we got it. So that's probably the biggest part.
Joe, you're an Aggie. What's it been like to watch New Mexico State's season that they've had?
I love New Mexico State. I love the coaching staff. When I was there, Mangrum was there, and that was the pitching coach, and he definitely put a lot of emphasis of, going out there and giving it your all, and don't hold nothing back. So, I appreciate Coach Mangrum a lot, and Coach Green. I'm pretty sure hopefully he's gonna make it out, but no, he's a great guy that took me into that family, and it's something he's turned around. It's amazing how great of a turnaround he made with that program in a year with us, and it was going from 11 wins to 34 wins. But I know he's gonna get after it, and he's gonna get that WAC championship that he wants.
Yeah, but what about football and basketball? I mean, how much do you pay attention? How much?
Yeah, I was checking out that. Of course, they're all in and out. I mean, they're always in the basketball. No matter what, I see them winning the WAC all the time. And that turnaround, that football turnaround. I wasn't out there to be able to make it to that Sun Bowl. To that bowl game. But that's amazing. That's really cool that coach has been out there. And I actually got to see Larry Rose, so it's something I got to experience, and hopefully he gets to move on and he gets to live his dream as well.
So you're part of an interesting group of young guys from El Paso that are playing football right now. Orlando Garcia, Justin Maese, Mike Bernal, Joseph Camacho. Do you talk to those guys at all? Or
Actually, when Orlando made his appearance in professional baseball, I was out there in Short A with him, and I said what's up to him, and he balled out that day, and all of a sudden I talked to Joseph not too long ago.
Okay.
He was out here doing some pins with us, out in high school, America's High School. So we were out there and we hung out a little bit. But no, the best of luck to all those guys, and to then continue to prosper what they want.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You guys are on the same page.
Oh yeah.
You guys all make it. Hopefully one day all of you guys will be up here or higher. So I'm sure your family's happy though.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Staff last year and put him on our staff as kind of an extra coach with us, and we'll let him come back and coach first base, and they can reminisce of having him over there. We gave Skip Schumacher the night off, but we brought pretty much everybody, and we have a ton of respect for what Rod and Bronze and Berkey do for us as an organization. They're as good of a minor league AAA staff as you're going to come across. They're all big league coaches that are just kind of waiting for their opportunity, but they're not thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their players, advancing those guys, and they take a ton of joy when certain guys make their way to the major leagues for the first time.
What update can you give us on Denelson Lamet?
Talked with our trainers today. It seems to be a lot better than we felt it was yesterday. He wanted to throw today. We held him off for that. He felt like he could throw today. We're going to continue to have him examined to make sure that everything is as it should be. I think it was reported that it was a flexor mass strain. How severe, don't know, but it doesn't seem to be too severe. He's working through appointments with the doctor today, and hopefully by tomorrow, you won't talk to me tomorrow because it's my day off, but after the next day, you'll get a good indication of where he's at.
So given that maybe it's a flexor mass, maybe not even a strain as much as maybe a cramp or something less significant?
I'm hopeful. Some things tend to take longer than you expect. It's just the way baseball works. Franchi Cordero's injury happened, and we thought, hey, he'll be back on the field in a week, and here we are. Almost 2 weeks past injury, and he's still not on the field. So it's really hard sometimes to know how the body's going to respond, and something that seems small takes longer than we expect, and something that seemed huge yesterday might end up being smaller than we expect, which is good news.
Andy, you talked about El Paso. You got a El Pasoan on your roster tonight. Kind of what went into the decision to bring Joe, and will we see him pitch tonight?
There's a good chance. We got to get through kind of all of our guys that are competing or on our major league club, and if we find a spot to get him in there for an out, we're aware of that, and would love to give him that opportunity to pitch here.
How cool was it? I mean, was it a no-brainer to bring him?
Yeah, our minor league staff, Sam Gainey and those guys, knew that would be important, and so it fit nicely with us to just put him on the roster today and get him over here.
Any roster moves today, Andy?
Nothing that we're announcing right now. There's clearly been a lot of discussions over the last couple of days, and there's been heated battles for jobs, and I think probably, definitely the next couple of days you'll hear all of those things.
We saw Carter Capps was out, right? A chance for him to find his velo and get the mechanics right down there?
We hope so. Carter's as good a person and worker as you're going to come across. He works incredibly hard, and with the changes he was forced to make mechanically, it just hasn't synced up. And as an organization, we believe, and that's why we outrighted him and kept him in the organization, is because we believe that he can find that. And if he finds that, there's hardly anybody in our bullpen with the ceiling he possesses. So we definitely wanted him in a Padres uniform or a Chihuahua's uniform, and we definitely want him as a part of our organization.
At this point, spring training's over. You got this exhibition game, opening day, kind of this week. I mean, are you just kind of ready to get going with that 25-man roster and just start playing meaningful baseball?
Sure. The 162 is what you train all spring training for. So this is a last fun day before hopefully 162 fun days. It's good to be here. Our guys will be out there for like 4 to 5 inning range, and then our starters will get off the field. But we want to get through here healthy today and get on to San Diego and get our season going.
Given Dinelson may not, probably won't be making his start, is there anything you can share with us regarding candidates for that spot?
Yeah, we're working through that internally right now. There's obviously some options. Chris Young, we informed today he would not be on our club. So he's no longer an option. I'm not sure how public that is at this point in time, but there are other options internally, and even bullpen-wise, Jordan Lyles is here with us right now. There's different ways we could go for those starters, and Tyson Rouse obviously had an outstanding camp, and different guys had outstanding camps.
That must have been a difficult discussion with Chris Young. It seemed like he had a good spring training, a great guy.
He's off the charts. You love the guy. He's going to do, hopefully he finds himself another job, because there's still pitching left in him. I believe that. After he's done with that, whenever that day comes, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, he's one of those guys who can do whatever he wants in this game. And he's built that reputation across the game of baseball, and he deserves that respect. And unfortunately, I wasn't there with him in that conversation today, but AJ handled that one. And I gave him a call and spoke with him briefly and thanked him for the time he spent in the Padres uniform this spring.
Was there an opportunity for him to stay in the organization and he simply didn't want to take an assignment down to minor leagues?
I don't think he's ready to accept a minor league assignment right now, and you're talking about a guy that was an all-star 11 years ago when half our players were in Little League. So I mean, he's pitched for a long time, and I completely respect a man who's 38 years old with multiple children, not wanting to go to AAA at this point in time in his career, even if it's as good a place as this. If he finds something, I'll be thrilled for him and be pulling for him as long as he's not facing us.
Was this because you just have enough pitching at that?
Yeah, I think he was competing for that long relief role, and when you start getting into roster gymnastics and how you have to maneuver people around, that there's a cost of losing somebody to add a Chris Young, and it's not just, hey, put Chris on the 25-man roster. He has to go on your 40-man roster, which means somebody else has to come off, and those things start to cut after a while, and you don't want to give up young talent, and we have quite a bit of it. So that was part of the factor too.
And if you keep 3 catchers, would you get creative? I mean, Austin wants to play 130 games, but could you give him some innings at the back end off? I mean, in order to get these guys behind the plate.
Sure. There's always going to be an opportunity to give him a rest from time to time. I'd love to see him get to the 130 mark, but I also wanted to see him get him there fresh and playing well. So if we have 2 other options, I'm good with that. No problems.
Can you talk about this chance here to come back to El Paso again?
Yeah, it's fun. We had a great time here 2 years ago, and love the exhibition and love the crowd. And I'm expecting a sellout here tonight. That's what they're telling me. And our players will enjoy being here. It's fun for us. And for me, playing here in, I think, 2003, if I'm not mistaken, it's a lot nicer place than Cohen Stadium was. So this is much better to come back to.
Andy, can you maybe just talk about Joe Galindo a little bit? Just really impressed to hear about him as a pitcher.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of familiarity. I haven't had a ton of time around him, but hopefully, get him out there tonight and look forward to watching him pitch.
As far as your bullpen goes, if there's some
Cool.